Hey, this is Dave Weber. I want to do this video and just bear with me to the end, but I did it and some tips on how you can too. So, again, just stick with me to the end and you'll love this. It's great, great information that I want to show you today. When you achieve certain goals, you become unstoppable. You reach certain milestones, certain stepping stones in your life. You become unstoppable. And there's just a certain thing that is born inside of you, deep down in your spirit, that gives you the feeling that I can do this and nothing can stop me. And when you achieve one of those moments in your life when you feel like that, where I can do this and nothing can stop me, success is right around the corner. Well, let me share with you what happened to me and how that personal achievement drives me today. And then I'm going to show you after that how this applies to you and your business. My world almost came to an end. On May 5th, 2011, I started a journey that was totally unexpected. I was with my family. We were at Easter time. We had the family over. Everything was cool. And I started to get pains in my stomach. And this went on for days. And then finally, on May 5th, I went to the hospital. I figured, well, I'll just get x-rays and they'll give me an antibiotic or something. But anyway, I went to the hospital. They did a CT scan on me. And they did some blood work on me. And they said, you're a very sick man. I'm like, well, I don't feel sick. Yeah, but you're very sick. Well, it turns out that I had a weird infection. Now, the doctors don't know what this infection was. I guess they've never seen it before. They didn't know how I got it, and more importantly, they didn't know how to kill it. So I ended up in a hospital bed, all these IVs, all these antibiotics all over the place. And that just started to spiral down and spiral down and spiral down. It just got worse and worse and worse. And turns out that I was in the hospital for a month and a half. I had two surgeries. And then just before I was getting ready to go home, they wanted me to do another CT scan. And I fought with them because every time I took that oral contrast, it would make me sick and make me feel weird. And I didn't want to do it. And I pleaded with them, no, please, there's got to be another way. But they told me I can't go home unless I do this. And I was in the hospital for a long time and I had two surgeries. I just wanted to get the heck out of there. So I agreed with it. And shortly after that, I started going to shock, and that was the last thing I remember. And it turned out I went into septic shock, sepsis. And basically, when people get septic shock, they have a 50% chance of living. It's a bummer. But anyway, you know, I ended up on life support for 8 days and in a coma. Everything in my body was shutting down. And starting out with, you only have a 50-50 chance of living. But then my doctor said if they had to go back in, there would only be like a 30% chance that I would survive. And then the one day, I don't know which day it was, but it actually got down to a 7% chance of me making it. And that's probably the day that I went through that dark tunnel and with the light at the end of it, and I got all the way up to the light before I slowly started going backwards. So, yeah, that light's really there. I saw it. But anyway, that's not what this is about. Anyway, I didn't even know I was in a coma at the time, but I spent all this time in the hospital recuperating, and I'm telling you, the thing I worried about the most being in the hospital was how in the world am I going to make a living? I mean, this was taking so much out of me. My life was like being sucked out of me, and I remember very clearly that the nurses were pleading with me. They had to get me out of bed, but I was getting like this vertigo thing. I couldn't stand up, and one of the nurses kept working with me and working with me. And finally, she got me out of bed, and we were going to walk down the hall. And she's helping me, and I get out. She's a little petite thing. I'm 6 foot, big guy, and she's a little petite thing, and she's holding on to me, really holding my gown closed so nobody will see my butt. But anyway. I start going towards the door one step at a time, and I'm wobbling all over the place, and she just flat out tells me, Dave, I'm not feeling the love. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling like a weeble. So I got back to bed. And I was like, my gosh, I can't even walk anymore. This is ridiculous. So day by day by day, and they got me a walker. And every day I try and walk a little bit. And they told me I could not go home until I could do 4 laps around the nurse's station, out the hall and around the nurse's station 4 times. And then they would think about sending me home. And all this time, I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't drink anything. So finally I got to that point and they were going to send me home, and they put this line in so they could give me an IV, and that's how I lived for several months, was an IV instead of being able to eat or drink. But finally the day came when I could come home, and they wheeled me down. Just getting out of bed and getting dressed took the oh man, it took so much energy out of me. And they put me in a wheelchair and they bring me downstairs, and there's my son's car. I could see it, and I'm sitting there, and I struggled to get out of the wheelchair and get to the car. It was such a hard thing to do, and your brain is telling you, like, what the heck, this is like easy thing to do, why can't I do this? But I lost so much muscle mass. I lost like 85 pounds, and most of it was muscle. So I finally get to the car and I get in there, and all the way we're driving home, it took 15 minutes to get home, 20 minutes, and all the time I'm thinking, how in the freaking world am I going to get up the driveway, down the sidewalk, and up into the house? There's 3 steps, 2 steps onto the porch, and then 1 step into the house. And then I got to get to the bed. I mean, I don't even know how I can do this. I'm already tired. But we finally got home. My family helped me get out. I had my walker, and I'm just taking 1 step, and my arms are trembling, holding on to this walker, and I'm just struggling. And I finally get to the steps, and they help me up the steps, and they help me get into the house. And then I'm leaning on the walls and chairs and anything that I could get my hands onto, trying to reach the family room so I could get into bed. Finally, I get into bed, and I was wiped out. And that was in June, end of June. And from June until September, I wasn't allowed to eat anything or drink anything. In September, I was finally able to drink water, but I couldn't drink or eat anything. I was on an IV, and all the time from June, July, August, September, I'd be laying in the bed looking out the window, wondering how in the world am I going to make a living? How am I going to make a living? My business, I was an aircraft interior consultant for very, very wealthy people, the wealthiest people on the planet. And my business evaporated as soon as the people found out I was sick and I couldn't fly and I couldn't travel. My business was gone. Finally, I was able to, walk to the bathroom and get back, and walk to the end of the foot of the foot of the bed where my recliner was, and I could sit and watch TV and look out the window at the kids playing and everything. And every day I would try and do something more. But I was bound and determined. In my mind, I could do anything I wanted to do, but my body wouldn't let me do it. And in my mind, I had to get back to normal. And normal to me was getting to the end of the street, to be able to walk to the end of the street and come home. That was my biggest achievement, my biggest goal. And my wife would take me outside the house, and I get to the end of the driveway. My arms are trembling and my legs are trembling, and I'm breathing heavy. My heart's pounding in my head, and she'd follow me around with a wheelchair, and I'd fall into the wheelchair, and then wheel me back to the porch. And when I recouped, I was able to get back into the house. And then the next day we'd try it again. And another day, a week later, we're out there, and I try to walk in front of the house and then back into the house, and I'd fall back into the wheelchair. She would just follow me around with this wheelchair, and I would fall back into the wheelchair. And week after week, it was like eternity. But I was bound and determined to get my life back, and the only way it was going to happen was for me to be able to walk down to the end of the street and come back. My wife and I would always take like evening walks or whatever and say hello to the neighbors, but go to the end of the street and back. It was a quarter of a mile there and a quarter of a mile back. So finally, I'd work it up. We're finally able to walk like 1 or 2 houses down and be able to walk back and get in the house. So I was really getting excited, because I was doing it. I was finally getting there. And finally the street had a little bit of a curve, so I could never see the end of the street. But finally one day I was able to walk 3, 4, 5 houses and be able to look down the street and see the end of the street. I could see the end of the road. And that was my goal. I wanted to get there. And I would practice. I would go. We lived on a cul-de-sac, and I would walk out of the house and walk around in the circle, around and around and around in the circle, trying to build up my muscles, because someday I was going to walk to the end of the street. And then one day I told my wife, I'm ready. We can do this. And I'm going to walk to the end of the street and back. And she says, you want me to get the wheelchair? I'm like, no, I can do this. I know I can do it. Let's go for it. So we started walking. My legs were hurting. My back was hurting. My butt muscles were hurting. I don't know if you've ever watched Jeff Foxworthy when he does that old man frog butt joke or rendition, but that's what I felt like. I went into the hospital one day, and when I came out, my butt was gone, but my butt muscles were hurting walking down the street, and we're getting closer. Now I could see the end of the street, and everything is hurting me, but I was determined to get to the end of the street. And we're walking and walking. My wife is freaking out. She's like, we still have to get home. I'm like, it's okay. I just need to get to the end of the street. And we walk and we walk and we're walking and we're getting closer. Man, I don't know if I can do it. But my legs are wiggling, my arms are trembling, my breathing is like, and my heart's beating. And finally, I know I can do it. And finally, I reached the end of the street. And I just stood there. I'm like, yes, yes, I did it. I did it. And she's like, but we still have to get home. I told her, I know, we can do that. But I did it. I did it. And I turned around and walking home, yeah, it still hurt. My muscles were killing me. It's like burning and they feel like they're ripping. But I did it. I did it. And deep down in my soul, it's like everything inside of me was like, I did it. Finally, I did it. And it was like a celebration. Walking home was awesome. And that's what I want you to experience with your business. I want you to get to that point where you say, I did it. I finally did it. I finally found that missing piece of the missing piece of the puzzle. I finally did it. So, come on, computer. Wait for my computer to catch up here. I'm trying to record this and my computer's a pig. Anyway, I did it. So in 2011, I did a lot of sitting in either the bed or in the recliner, looking out the window, wondering how I could make a living. I mean, it was just beside me. I didn't know how to do it. In 2012, I stumbled around the internet trying to find a way to create a full-time income for me and for people like me. There's so many people in this country that are out of work or they're disabled. I meet so many people that are disabled just like me, and they're trying to find a way of making money on the internet. It's like this elusive dream. And then I found what he found. You see, in March of 2013, I heard my mentor say something, and I started searching around trying to figure out what was it that he found. And I found something that my mentor found. And that one thing was responsible for turning his unsuccessful online marketing attempts into success. There was one thing that he did. And I found it, and I joined MLSP too. But I really didn't do much with it until July of 2013. You see, I joined in March, but I was working hard with another program. But I got frustrated with that program because my people were failing. My people couldn't get traffic. They couldn't get leads. So in July of 2013, I turned back to MLSP and figured out, okay, this is what John tried, and he got success. I'm going to do it too. I need to find a way of getting traffic and leads. You see, I had this real bad problem. I became so fed up with being able to do something, and I could not get my team to experience the same results. You see, my mentor taught me how to create these niche sites, and I could easily get leads and signups. People would just call me and want to sign up. People would just sign up without even talking to me. I would email them. They wouldn't even email me back. They would just join. They found my website and they joined. But my team did not have that. And it drove me freaking crazy. It was like torture. I can't be sitting here getting a check every single week and not having my team get a check. It just drove me nuts. My team couldn't do it. I had all the time in the world as well. I was a workaholic. I'm sitting in the house looking out the window. I had nothing to do except create content all day long. But the people on my team, they had jobs and they were busy. So how do I do that? So my problem was, how do I help them find success? See, I can get the traffic, but that wasn't duplicatable. I could sign up people, but they couldn't. It wasn't duplicatable. I had to find out how to help them find success. It's the only way you can grow a team. So how do I show them how to get leads? How do I show them how to make sales? How do I show them how to finally succeed? Then I realized it's just a math problem. It's nothing really that complicated if you stop and think about it. It's math. So take a look at these formulas for a second. Profits. Profits are equal to product sales times the number of customers you have. Now, you have X amount of customers, they're going to buy X amount of product sales. There's going to be a certain ratio there, but that's what equals profits. So, where do you get your customers from? Well, customers are leads times your customer conversion rate. You have leads, and X amount of leads, you're going to get X amount of customers, and that's a customer conversion rate. And I'm very sorry about that. Gotta pick up my wife. I got timers for everything. So it comes down to math. And leads is a conversion rate times traffic. If you're getting 1% conversion rate and you have 1,000 leads, you're going to get X amount of lead. You get X amount of you have X amount of traffic, right? You have a conversion rate 1%, and then you have X amount of traffic. Let's say 1,000 people. You're going to get X amount of leads from that. But traffic, that's the problem. If we have traffic, well, then we can get a conversion rate which gives us leads. If we have a conversion rate that gives us customers from our leads, well, then we'll have product sales. And if we have product sales, well, then we're going to have profits. But it always starts out with the traffic. That's the problem. See, it's math. It's not difficult. This isn't rocket science. It's just traffic. That's what we need. That's what we need. And for true residual income, well, there is one more formula, and that is retention rate. Your customer times a success rate. If your customers come and they go, well, there goes your profits. You need to get your customers and retain them. There has to be retention rate. So, but no matter how we slice this or how we look at it, traffic is the magic word. And the word rate, it's a 4-letter word. You either love it or you hate it. But our leads, our sales, our success, our customer retention all depend on a rate. Mostly we describe that as a conversion rate, but it's always about that nasty word rate. And our conversion rate, no matter how we look at it, it's always a result of traffic. So, traffic is the key to our success. Simple math. And if you discover how to get traffic, you did it. And the MLSP article directory that I'm going to show you gives you that traffic. Now, if you can now get and can also offer a sure way of getting traffic, which gives you leads, which gives you sales, and gives you profits and a residual income, you now hold the key to your success. You did it. And when you realize this, you will now know how I felt when I reached the end of the street. I knew that as soon as I could walk to the end of the street and get back home, I was now back on my feet to recovery. Because if I could walk a quarter of a mile and a quarter of a mile back, the next day I could walk 3/4 of a mile. Or the next day I could walk a mile or 2 miles and 3 miles. And I sit here with Google Maps and figure out where I'm going to walk next because I want a predetermined goal. And when I get there, I did it. I did it. And now going home is just celebration. Well, when you understand the key to your success is really traffic, you're going to go, I did it. Once you find out how to get traffic, you did it. Deep down inside, you will finally know that you got it. You have the answer that you've been looking for. You did it. So let's look at this article directory one more time. Each article is like a brick, and you determine how many bricks that you want. Nobody, and I'm telling you, nobody can stop your success. You are the only deciding factor to your success because you determine how many bricks that you will have. Your article is like the brick and MLSP is like the mortar. This is what enables you to build with your bricks. This is what gets you traffic to your articles, which I call your bricks. Every article, regardless of what is on that article, can get traffic. You need to understand that regardless of what is on that article, you can get traffic. And it can be shared and get even more and more traffic. So the number of your bricks can grow and grow and grow. Make no mistake about this. If you now know a sure method of getting traffic, your success and the success of every single member of your team now comes down to how many bricks you add. It's simple math. If you know how to get the traffic, now all you need are the bricks. And how many places you place or share your bricks, I'm going to show you that too. Now your success can accumulate. You are in total control of your financial destiny. You can build as big as you wish because you know the traffic problem has been resolved. You determine how many and what kind of bricks you use. You determine how big your business is going to be. If you want to do a couple of articles, you have a teeny tiny little tiny baby business. If you want to do a lot of articles and keep adding and adding and adding and adding and keep sharing and sharing and sharing, your business will be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So you determine that, not me, not MLSP, not some MLM, nothing. You are in total control. But traffic is the key. And you can actually build a team now. Before you have people come, you have people go. That's addition and subtraction. You need to get into the multiplication in order to accumulate and get a larger and larger residual income. Because if they can get traffic now, which is the magic word, then they can do it too. It's all about the traffic. You see, you did it. And they can do it too. If you find a way of how to get traffic, you can do this. In fact, if you find the way of getting traffic, you already did it. You found the key. Think about this. If you can get traffic, you will get leads, and you will get sales, and you will get signups. It's just a result of conversion rates. It's just a result of capture pages. It's just a result of showing products to the traffic. There will always be a percentage of people that become a lead. There will always be a percentage of people who will buy things from you, and you will always get people that join your team if you get traffic. It's all about the traffic. It's just simple math. And if your team can get traffic just as easily, well, then you now have a true residual income. So what kind of traffic? Well, I've been trying to keep my articles down to the average person level, and I've been getting at least 100 unique visitors per month per article. Now, I say average, okay? I know how to build websites. I built 26 of them, okay? I know how to get people to my websites, but the average person doesn't know how to do that. The average person doesn't have 26 websites. So I took 8 months out of my life and went step by step by step, trying to keep myself bridled and make this like an average person. So I created X amount of articles, and when I add them up and I divide them by the days and everything else, and I'll show it to you real time, I'm not hiding anything from you, I get at least 100 unique visitors per month per article. Some do a little bit better, some do a little bit less, but the articles are like an average person would have done it. And I've taken deadbeat YouTube videos, and you know what I'm talking about, that don't get any views to speak of, and I get instant views when I embed them on an article. You know what I'm talking about. You put in 10 to 20 YouTube videos on your YouTube channel, and you sit there and look at, I got 5 views for the month, or I got 8 views and it's been there for a month, or I got 22 views and it's been there for 2 months. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't make page 1, you lose, Well, you can revive all of them. Now do the math. If we get at least 100 views per month per article, all we need to do is take the amount of traffic that we want and divide that by 100 views per month. And we come up with how many bricks we need, or how many articles, right? So for example, what if you want to get 10,000 visitors per month? Well, remember, this is just simple math. So here it is. 10,000 views per month divided by 100 views per month per article gives us 100 articles or videos. Okay? It's simple math. How much do you want? How big of a building do you want to build? How many bricks do you want? It's math. It's totally up to you. You now have control. I'm showing you how to get the traffic, but it's all up to you. Can you do one a day? Can you do one a week? Can you do one a month? But it's all up to you. Your success is now in your hands. So we can do 100 articles or videos or whatever floats your boat. So if we set a goal and we say that we want to get 10,000 views per month, we now know that we can achieve it. Remember, my goal was to hit the end of the street. My goal was the end, to be able to walk down to the end of the street. It was a quarter of a mile from my house. I knew I knew I could get home. So if we set a goal and we say we want 10,000 views per month, we now know that we can achieve it. We know exactly what we must do. If we're getting an average of 100 views per month per article, we know exactly how many articles or videos that we need to do that. Now, can we get more? Yeah, you can get a lot more. I'm trying to be as conservative and low key as I possibly can with this. So you can achieve your goal. And actually, you did it. You found the way to reach your goal. You did it. You did it. You just did it today. Now, do you see what I felt like? When I reached the end of the road, I didn't make it home yet, but that was just a celebration walk. You see, just getting to the end of the street, I did it. And you learning how to get the traffic, you did it. If you know how to get the traffic, you did it. You did it. And I know that I did it. And with the MLSP article directory, I know I did it as well. Once I found out how to create traffic and that I can show anybody how to get the exact same amount of traffic or more, I did it. I found something that I know the average person can do. I did it. I did it. It's like deep down inside my soul. I know it. I finally found it. And you did too. And so did you. You did it. You found the way to get traffic. Now, all we have to do is add the bricks. Now, we can't guarantee. And as much as I would love to say that we can't say that. I can't guarantee that you will get exactly 100 views per month per article. But I'm going to show you, the actual results. And I'm hearing from other members results that are either equal to my results or results that blew my results away. Remember, I have been trying to do this experiment over the last 8 months for the average person. I want to be able to help people like me that are stuck inside their house looking out the window. They can't get a freaking job to save their life. That's what I'm trying to do. But I can't do it if I can't make it happen for average people. And that's what my journey has been all about. So let me show you the result. I can't even speak. Getting too excited. So let me show you these results firsthand. Check out what David Wood got. Now, there's actually 2 screenshots for this. There's 2 pictures. I'm just showing you the bottom because I'm just showing you totals. Basically, he got 33,285 views in 2 months. During the month of July and the month of August in 2009, that's the screenshots I have from him, this is what he got, 33,285. Now, the screenshot above, there's a lot of articles in there that got 1,500 views, 2,300 views, 3,000 views. This one, look at the dates. Am I lying to you? July 7th. July 7th, July 7th, July 16th, July 16th, July 17th, July 20th, July 21st, July 22nd, July 23rd. Look at the views. 163, 198, 211, 18. See what I said? I'm saying about 100. It's actually probably more than that, but I'm trying to be conservative. And what about this? This is actually very funny to me because Rob Ford forgot about doing this. You see, he was seeing leads and sales coming in. He had to figure out where they were coming from, and boy, was he surprised. He looks in there. What happened was he put in 6 articles, and then he walked away, and he went off to do something else. He forgot about them. He's seen sales come in. He's seen leads come in. It's like, geez, where's all this coming from? And he goes and looks. He goes, geez, Louise, look at this. 500,000 views on 6 articles. 500,000 views. Look at that. 90,000, 89,000, 82,000, 77,000. See what I'm talking about? Now, I can't show you because I don't know how long that's been in there, but I know how long he's been with MLSP. So like worst case scenario, I could figure it out. But the point is, look at his freaking bricks. Look, here's the answer. Getting the traffic is the problem. It's simple math. Just put the bricks into it, just make the articles. It works. you know so now you may be skeptical, and that is totally understandable. So I'm about to show you in real time exactly what my results are to date. I'll show it to you. I don't care. I have nothing to hide. Heck, I will even show you how to see each and every one of my articles. I'll show it to you. You can click on them, you can look at them, all of these articles that I'm showing you in the video, and you can see that there's nothing special about them. They're not special in any way. They're just like an average person could do. But first, I want to share with you some tips. Okay? Tip number one. Okay, now I want you to think of yourself building a business. And maybe you're in MLSP. I was actually making this for my team in MLSP, but I decided to share it with other people as well. So if you're not on my team, this is a bonus. If you are on my team, listen very carefully to the tips. And if you're not on my team, you can think about this if you want to build your own business. And tell me this don't make sense. Okay. Tip number one: create goals for your articles and then share the results. You see, for example, I'm making this video. I'm going to put it in YouTube, but then I'm going to embed that video on an article. And because I'm talking about showing people how to get traffic and how that is the key, I'm going to share it in several places, especially Google Plus and Facebook, being two of those places. Now, when you post on Facebook or Google, think about this. If I posted something in the morning and I go back and check at night, that sucker's gone. That's like it goes down, 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 and then all people come home from work and they blast, oh, I had this for dinner, I had this for dinner, oh, look at this cute little puppy. And now where's your post? It's gone. That sucker's gone. On the wall, it's gone. The newsfeed, poof. Okay? So if you post something on Facebook, it's gone in a short period of time. But if you put let's say a YouTube video on an article and you post it, now in this one, and you can do the exact same thing that I'm doing, you could come back and repost and let them know how your progress is going. Okay, so when you post it on Facebook or Google, your comments here today and gone tomorrow, they disappear. But I can keep reposting it. So let's say I pick out milestones. Maybe when I get 50 views on this video or this article, I can post it again. Say, hey, look, I was trying to show you guys about this traffic that I get. Well, check it out. It's been 2 days and I got 50 views. Or it's been a week or 2 weeks and I got 50 views. Just repost it. And then when you get to 100 views, see? Did it happen within a month? Did I tell you the truth? I did tell you the truth. Look, I got over 100 views and it's been 30 days. Check it out. Look, watch the video. Check out the article again, So you can repost it over and over again. Now, you're already going to get maybe 100 views per month, but now by reposting it over and over again and giving people, a up-to-date review of what's going on, now you get more and more. Now you can get up to 200 views or 500 views per article. Except now I get more visitors. And the original visitors, well, now they're going to get more interested because they're witnessing live, real time, the traffic. So we want to do this for a couple of different reasons. But first, we want to increase the traffic as much as we can. Traffic is the key. We want to get as much traffic from as many places as we can. So if we can make a YouTube video and then turn it into an article and then share that on Facebook or Google Plus or share it other places, we get more and we get more and we get more traffic. So that's one of the reasons why we want to do this. So remember I spoke about people who don't have jobs, or people who do have jobs, I should say. Remember, they're so busy. The people who say they're too busy to write an article per day. You see, Facebook is awesome, but you need to deliver value. So teach on an article once and then repost it, and you get more and more traffic. And that, even a person doing 12 hours a day can come home and post it again on Facebook and say, hey man, look, I got 100 views this month. This guy was really telling the truth. Now here's another tip. YouTube videos are awesome if they ever get seen. So many people make YouTube videos and get very few views. Like I've said before, if you're not on the #1 spot on the first page of Google or YouTube, you're wasting your time. It's like a total waste of your time. You sit there and watch, you know what I'm talking about. You got videos that are sitting there with 10 views, 20 views, 30 views. Put it on an article. So we take every single video and we put it on an article, every single one of them. It stands to reason that if an article can get 100 views per month, well, then a video on an article can also get 100 views per month. It's just common sense. So, in fact, take a look at tip number 3. Tip number 3, if you're in MLSP, consider challenging your leads to try out MLSP for the 14-day gold trial for $9.97. Now, they could do mastery for 10 days, but give them as many days as you can get for $9.97. Let them try it out that way, okay? So that way they can get right in and try the article directory for 14 days. Forget leads, forget sales, forget all of that. The secret is if we've already established that we can get the leads, so why bother with them? We've already established that if we can get sales and we can get sign-ups if we can get the traffic. So traffic is the point. If you sign someone up on a trial basis for 14 days, plug them right in to the article directory. I don't care how good the article is, just put something out there. Get as many as you can in. And if that person has videos, well, do that too. So if they try a 14-day trial and they get right and get started creating articles, they're going to get traffic. They will get traffic. And if they have a bunch of videos that are deadbeats, well, there you go. Each one of those videos can now become an article. And what happens if they are the exception and they're not the rule? Well, then they can ask for their money back, and they never lost a single penny. You see, I want to show people what they can have and how to get what they want. That's what we're doing. But it always comes down to us proving it to ourselves. So let them prove it to themselves. Don't take my word that I can get traffic. Don't take somebody else's word or look at Rob Foer's or David Wood's results. Don't do that. Do it for yourself. Take 14 days or show your leads how to use it for 14 days and let them prove it to themselves. Here's another tip. Retention booster. Now, if you are in MLSP already, or maybe you're sick of building teams with other companies and watching them quit on you, they join and then they quit, try this. When you show people how to get traffic by using the MLSP article directory and they see that they actually can get traffic, they see that they did it. They get that experience that I had when I hit the end of the road. They sit there and they go, yes, look at the traffic I got, right? So they now know that they can succeed because traffic is the magic word. But they also now have skin in the game too. Haha. Why would they quit when they are succeeding? I mean, that would make no sense at all. Plus, if they did quit, two things happen. And people hate this. First thing is they will lose all of their bricks. So if they were in there for 14 days and they made 14 articles and they quit, they're going to lose them. And that's just a waste of time. Second thing is, if they left, all of the leads would go to you. So if you signed up 10 people and they took a 14-day trial and they put in 14 articles per person, you now have an extra 140 articles out there getting 100 views per month. And if those people quit, all of those leads go to you. Why would they quit and leave that behind? So all of their hard work would benefit you and no longer them. So show people how to use the article directory to become successful, and they will succeed. And most likely they will stay. You will retain them. Your retention rate will go through the roof in MLSP if you do this. Ding, 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 ding. I hope you're listening to this. But if they were weird and wanted to quit, even though they are finally tasting success, well then when people find their bricks all over the internet and click on their links, those leads go to you. I know that's a real bummer, but that's how affiliate programs work. Share to your heart's content. Tip number 5, share it. MLSP makes it so easy to share your articles that you are nuts if you don't do this tip. Okay, you're nuts. If we already will get about 100 views per month per article, well, if we share it to other sites and get more views, we are becoming even more successful. And this tip is especially valuable to people who think that they are too busy to have an online business. I hear it all the time. I don't have time to do an article per day. Listen to tip number 5. You see, it just takes a few minutes to share. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this, but it literally takes just a few clicks and you are done. So if you cannot write a new article every day or every couple of days, share the ones you already have. Come home from work, kiss the kids, pet the dog, eat your dinner, and click a couple of share links. Next day, rinse and repeat. It's just too darn easy to ignore. So now you get even more traffic, and more traffic equals more leads and more sales and more signups and more profits. And sorry about this, but it also takes away any excuses of not succeeding. But any way you slice it, making money online just got easier with MLSP's article directory. Oh yeah, and all the other tools that we get as well that everybody else is concentrating on and nobody knows about the article directory. But this one gets you traffic, and that's the magic word, traffic. Okay, let's see this thing. I'm going to show you first how many articles that I've done while testing this thing out for the last 8 months. Next, I'm going to show you a YouTube video that I repurposed onto an article. And then finally, I'm going to show you how easy it is to share an article, and I will actually share one to a couple of my websites, a couple of my blogs. I have 26 blogs out there. I can take an article and with just a couple of clicks, boom, boom, boom. So let's check it out. And I apologize for this computer. I hate this thing because I'm recording. It is really slow. So here's my article directory. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump this up a little bit. And I'll get rid of this so it's out of your way. And let's pull it down just a little bit. I'm going to refresh the screen. Yeah, it's going to refresh on me automatically because it timed out. No big deal. So I sign in, and this is what I want. If you bring a person in as a lead and you say, hey, try out this 14-day trial at Gold. You can get it for $9.97 for 14 days. I know you can get Mastery if you want to do Mastery. That's cool. But you have to be at least at Gold to get the article directory. And personally, I'd rather see you play with this for 14 days rather than 10 days. But what you do is you come over here onto the menu. Forget all the setup. Everything is defaulted. It'll take care of your leads for you anyway. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about sales. Don't worry about anything. Go to My Content and come down here to My Articles. When you click on that, you'll come to this page. Okay? So you come down to this page, and this is what I've done. I have 9,343 impressions and 9,122 unique visitors, and the first article I put in was August 1st. So look at that. From August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Okay, we're not even done with April. So it's 7 months, right? 8 months. Then we have 738 views, right? Didn't I tell you that you get about 100 views per month? Now, I have some up here that are less than that. This is the middle of August, and I got 933 views. See, you can get more. I'm just trying to be really conservative and say, hey, if you're average, you're unemployed, you're trying to make money online, you've been trying to make money online, you got this MLM you're trying to build, I'm showing you how to get traffic. And I'm saying that per article, look at your screen. Look at that. You can pause this and whip out your calculator. You can do whatever you want. You can screenshot it. I don't care. I'm not trying to hide anything, but look at them. Look at the dates, and look at how many unique visitors. Some get more, some get a little bit less, but on average. Look, April 12th. And if I hold my cursor down here, today's April 16th. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 4 days. I got 32 views in 4 days on this article. See? And was it that one? I think it was this one. I had 9 views within the hour. I mean, I don't get that with my blogs. I have 26 blogs. I don't get this kind of performance with my blogs. So this is the article directory, and you can click over here on preview to look at one of the articles, or you click over here to edit it, and if you want to add one, you click it over here. And it's really easy to create an article. There's nothing magical about this. You've seen this before. If you do things on Facebook or you do things anywhere, you basically see a what you see is what you get editor. So we put in a title, we put in an anchor text. What's the anchor text? That's a clickable link that I'm going to show you is on the bottom of our capture pages. So every one of your articles can be shown on your article, your capture page, by clicking one of your campaigns. So the one that I use the most is lead system launch. That's my main one. If I want to do articles about blogging, I can make that show up on blogging. Okay, so if I had an article about working on a car, that has nothing to do with blogging. I wouldn't click that, right? So it just makes sense. But down here is the editor. It's real simple. You can do all of your editing and do it on Word, and then click this button and paste it in from a Word document. I'll just hover it over and it'll pop up paste from Word. This way you don't get all those hieroglyphics and those weird symbols when you paste it in. You can add a link, a hyperlink. You can add a picture. You can change the color of your text. You can shade the background if you want to highlight something yellow. If you want to bold, italics, underline. And if you click on this, if you want to embed a video, you click on source, and now all of these get blanked out. And now you can click in here and embed your YouTube video. And then when you go back to source, again, it defaults back to your visual view, and then you'll see the frame for your YouTube video. So that's it. You click create. It's really simple. There's really nothing to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of things. I promised that I would show the traffic first of all. It's important. I'm not lying to anybody. This is exactly what I've been telling you. Look at the dates, look at how many views I got, calculate it out, add them all up, divide them, whatever you want to do, but roughly everything comes out to basically 100 views per article per month. Now, I'm doing this as an average person. Some of this stuff will never ever get found on Google. Dave Weber launches a new lead system biz site. That wasn't intended to get on anywhere. It wasn't intended to get on a search engine result page, and I got 738 views. I mean, I can't believe people found that. It wasn't intended for that. And I'm going to show you how to get to them. In fact, I'll show you right now. How to double your MLM and network marketing. Where is that one? Okay, how to double your MLM and network marketing online leads. Okay, I got 561 views on that one. Okay, now I'm going to show you this article that I did back in December 19th. It has 561 views, but I want you to see what it's all about. Haha, it's a video. You see, all I did was put a title in here, a short little paragraph, and a link. And this is my YouTube video. Except I got 561 views on that video from this article directory, not from my YouTube channel. You understand? Look at what I did. A title and a short paragraph and a video. I mean, don't tell me that you have a full-time job and you work 12 hours a day and you don't have time to make money online. I'm telling you, I'm showing you how to make traffic. I'm showing you how to get the traffic. 100 visitors per month per article. I don't care if you have a YouTube video on it with one paragraph. Do you see what I'm doing? You don't have to be some SEO crazy guru. You don't have to know all this crap about backlinking. I mean, it helps, but if you're an average person just starting out, you can make money. You just got to make bricks. Just make bricks. Just keep doing it. And before you know it, you're going to get traffic. And before you know it, you're going to get leads. If you have traffic, you will get leads. If you get traffic, you will get sales. If you get traffic, you will have signups. It's math. It's got nothing to do with you being a rocket scientist. Look at this. I'm showing it to you. I'm going to show you how to find all my articles. You can go and look at it for yourself. How to double your MLM network marketing leads. A paragraph, a YouTube video, here, click this link. Okay, that's all I added right there. Now below that, okay, this is where all of the MLSP kicks in. And some of this stuff, like if you join for 14 days on a trial, or you got one of your leads to join, they're not going to see half of this stuff. Because if you don't go in the back office and put this information in, it can't show up. If they don't know where your Facebook is, they can't put it there. So it's not going to show up. If they don't know where your YouTube channel is, they can't put this in here. So some of this may not show up, but more articles will, and this will. Okay? So you get in there. First of all, the first thing you want to do is prove this to yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody else's word for it. Okay? Nobody. You. You are the deciding factor. You determine. I'm showing you how to get traffic. Everything else, it's yours. as much traffic as you want. You determine how many bricks you make. Now, when I come to a capture page, I'll show you that. But when I come to a capture page, at the bottom, you're going to see these links. If it's an MLSP article or MLSP capture page, there'll be a spot for you to put in a name and an email address or phone number, to get leads. That's how we get leads. But 98 to 99% of the people won't do that. And if they peruse around a little bit, they'll say, "Ooh, articles," and each one of these goes to one of these articles on my article directory. Okay, and then we got links from my blog, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, my Twitter, my YouTube. But here, right here, is a link that says articles, more articles from Dave Weber. That's how you find my articles. So I'm going to put this video on an article, and when you come down, you're going to see more articles from Dave Weber, and there they are. There's all my articles. You can click on any of these, and you can see that they're not done by some rocket scientist or SEO guru. This is just an average everyday person can do what I did. And that's what I did for 8 months. I just concentrated on solving the problem. And now that I know that I can get any person on my team and show them how to get traffic, and I know they can duplicate that, that's it. I fixed the problem. Now it's time for me to add more and more and more articles, more and more videos, and start building my team. Now I'm going to run like a son of a gun because I did it. I solved the problem. See? So let me show you how to share. Now, this might freak out a little bit. My computer hates Chrome to begin with, and I'm recording this. So if it freaks out on me, I apologize ahead of time, but I want to be able to show you. Now, this is my capture page, one of my capture pages, and like I said, here's down at the bottom, here are some of the articles. Okay, now if I click on one of these articles, like one right here, start a blog, and that pops up this article. And I did this ahead of time because I know my computer freaks out with Chrome. So look at it, it's taking forever to open up because I'm recording. I got like the worst computer in the world, and if I can do it, you can do it. That's basically it. So here's the article. Don't freak out on me, please. How to start a blog, part 1. Okay, so here's the blog, and I'm actually going to add to this. But right here, more articles from Dave Weber. But this is what I want to show you here. See the share button? We got Facebook, MySpace, Google. But watch what happens when I hover over here. It's going to take forever. I hate this thing. That's going to add 5 minutes to my video. Okay, I'm going to come down. I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to go to Blogger. Before I do that, let me go right here. Okay, this way if it crashes on me, where I've showed it to you. Now these are ones that I'm already set up for, and you can go in here and set up, and they know all your settings will be saved, so it becomes really fast for you to come in here and click. But I want to show you something. There's 289 places for you to share your article. And it's right there. MLSP puts it right there on your page. So visitors can share it to their heart's content, but you can come home after a long day at work, and you can come in here and click on the button and share it over here, share it over there. And I'm going to show you this. 289 places to share your article. So if you did an article today, tomorrow you could come home and share it. When the next day you could come home and share it to 1 or 2 places, and you could sit there. Now, granted, we have to go up and sign into some of these places. But if you have a WordPress blog, you can just click here and boom, share it on your blog. Now, I mentioned I have 26 blogs, and a lot of them are blogger blogs, and I do that for a reason. Google rules the universe with traffic, and Google's search engine is the #1 in the world. And YouTube videos is owned by Google, so anytime you're dealing with Google and YouTube, you have twice as much chance to get onto the search engine, and they will promote their product. Well, if a blogger post or blogger site has some content on it versus a WordPress, man, I guarantee you the blogger site's going to be on there before WordPress, because WordPress is the competition for the blogger site. So, but if you have a WordPress blog, you can click this and share your article to that. Click, click, boom, you're done, and you go back to playing with the kids. You don't have to go and do a blog post every day over here and an article over here. You can do articles and then share it on your WordPress blog. Boom, you're done. You can email it. You can put it on StumbleUpon, in Pinterest. You can scroll down here. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, you can just go and share this thing all over the universe with just a couple of clicks. You go in there once, you set up an account with them, and then you just share it. Boom. And next thing you know, it's on all these domains getting more and more and more traffic. And if you get traffic, you get sales. If you get traffic, you get leads. If you get traffic, you get signups. I'm going to go to Blogger and show you exactly how easy this is. Now, I have a bunch of sites on here. I'm going to show you, okay? We click the button, watch this. Now it's going to open up and then poof, it's going to take this HTML junk and turn it into a link. And then I'm going to select one of my sites. I'll put it one of my blogger sites about blogging. Now there you go. Watch what happens. And it's going to turn into a link. And it does all the HTML for you, and it's thinking and thinking. There it is. There's the link. Now I can add to it. But over here, up here in the right-hand corner, top right corner, I don't know if you can read that, but come down here. I'm going to select. These are all of my sites. These are all of my blogger sites. Now, I got a bunch of them, but Be a Blogger Biz. I'm going to select that one. Okay, boom, done. Now I can come in here and add to this. You know, I could put a little sentence in here. Hey, here's one of my articles that I just did on MLSP. I might change that later, but look, put publish post, click the button. That's it. I'm done. See, there's no excuse. You can't say I don't have enough time to do this, because if you can do an article per week, if you do it on Saturday, you can sit there on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and share it here, share it there, and now that that article's all over the place. Or you can just do one and get 100 per month, 100 views per month, or you can just keep putting it all over the internet. And every time you do, I'll click on this view blog so you can see what it looks like. But every time you do this, you're getting more and more bricks. You're getting more and more skin in the game. You're getting more and more traffic. And if you can get traffic, you will get leads. You will get sales. And you will get signups. More importantly, is if you can get traffic and you can taste success, you show how your team, you show your leads and your prospects how to do this, and they can too. And you will build a dynamic team, and you will retain them. You will have incredible retention, probably more than everybody else in MLSP. But there you go. Wednesday, April 16th, How to Start a Blog, Part 1. Dave Weber articles. Dave Weber's the author. Click on this link. Boom. It goes there. It goes to my article. Now, I forget how many people I'm getting visiting this blog per month, but what I just did just took 2 or 3 clicks, and now they have a new blog post to look at. And I didn't have to come here. So before I was getting dragged down because I got all these blogs. I got 26 blogs. How in the world am I going to maintain them? I can't. And now it's like, I don't even care. I'm just going to go in there. I'm just going to keep writing articles after articles after articles, and then I share them to all of my other sites. I click, boom, boom, I'm done. It is so easy. MLSP makes this so easy. Everything is done for you. So if you're on my team, I'm going to send out an email, and I'm going to send you a spreadsheet that I have with 50 other article directories besides MLSP. They're free. You can use them for free. There's 50 more places. So you got 289 places that we can share it right from the article through MLSP. And then I have another 50 article directories. You can do one article and just sit there and share it and share it and share it and share it. And you get more and more and more and more traffic. Don't tell me I don't have enough time to do a blog post a day or an article per day. That is my goal. And you should do it too. If you want to get 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 views a month, if you want to get that kind of traffic per month, you cannot tell me that you're not going to succeed. You are going to succeed. But what I'm showing you is whatever amount of time that you have available to you. If you have a YouTube video or you want to repurpose them and create an article, put in a title, a paragraph, boom. You see it. You see it. I get traffic even if all I did was add a title and all I did was add a paragraph. And now you watch. My article directory from here on in is going to be climbing. If I show you this next month, you're going to see my views are going to start clicking up. Why? Because now I'm starting to share them more. Plus, I'm adding more and more. I'm going to take all of my YouTube channel. Well, I got like 3 or 4 YouTube channels. I'm going to take all of my videos and I'm going to put them all on articles. I'm going to be doing article after article. But I wanted to do this video for you to show you this is how you get traffic. This is it. This is it. Problem solved. If you get the traffic, and I just showed you how to get the traffic. If you can get traffic, if you're in MLSP, if you show your prospects how to get traffic, they will get sales, they will get leads, they will get signups. That's a fact. You need the traffic. Even if your articles were bad, there's so many links on there for MLSP. Once they get into the system, they're going to get sold on something. All you need is the traffic. I'm showing you how to get the traffic. Problem solved. I spent 8 months playing with this, trying to find a way for the average person to finally make money online. I did it. I did it. Everything from here on is the celebration walk. It's just like me struggling to get my life back and be able to walk a quarter of a mile down the street. But I did it. Getting home was the easy part. You know you're going to get home. No matter what happens, you know you're going to get home. It's the same way with you. If now that you know how to get traffic, you did it. You did it. You found the answer. This is it. This is it. You did it. Getting leads, that's a no-brainer. Getting sales, that's a no-brainer. Getting signups, that's a no-brainer. As long as you can get the traffic and you keep putting bricks out there and then share them here and share them there and let the people know how they can get traffic, you did it. You finally did it. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoyed the article. And I hope to see you on the other side. This is Dave Weber. I wish you the very best of luck in your business. Thank you.